morning, Carmel. I'm Gabby Malley. It's 8:03. A reminder that today we are celebrating all-school Mass for Ash Wednesday. This marks the start of Lent. Cardinal Blaise Supage will be leading the Mass as our main celebrant and homilist. To talk a little bit more about Ash Wednesday and the Lenten season, Father Christian is up next.
Welcome back to Carmel CDN News Today, and we're with Carmel today. Special day. We're going to do a two-part coverage today, or this week for Carmel today, because we're going to talk about Lent and the beginning of the Lenten season.
Yes.
And how do we start that?
Well, today is Ash Wednesday, and Ash Wednesday always marks the start of the 40-day Lenten season. And Ash Wednesday is also known as like the Day of Ashes, of course, because of the iconic ashes that are blessed. They become sacramentals and are signed on our foreheads. And it's a really important way to kick off this Lenten season, as I mentioned, because it is a time of prayer and penitence, and also believing in the power of the gospel.
Sure. What do the ashes symbolize?
Yeah.
Like maybe historically speaking, and then maybe through into today.
Thanks. You know, I love mentioning the Bible and bringing in the scripture references. So it's steeped in Old Testament context as well. For instance, Job sat in a heap of ashes, and also the king of Nineveh, found and featured in the book of Jonah.
Wow.
He also repented and sat in ashes. So certainly from the Old Testament theology, that is a sign and mark of penitence and turning back to God. And in our tradition too, like if you look too in the book of Numbers, that was a sign of purification. So it does have rich history and theology. And to this day in the church, we use that to just remind ourselves first of our mortality too.
Sure. Yeah.
And also it is that mark of, hey, you know, Lord, I realize that I'm dependent upon you. I want to mark myself today to know that I want to turn back to you. I want to give you my heart. I want to do your will. And I'm asking for your forgiveness too. And that's a concrete
And it's
sign.
kind of a cleansing, maybe?
Yeah, it's a sign that symbolizes those elements within our spiritual life.
And so we celebrate that today.
Yes.
In a few hours. And the celebrant for this is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Cardinal Supage, who, I mean, for the Archdiocese of Chicago, and I mean, across the United States, is a leader in the Catholic Church.
Yeah, Cardinal Blaise Supage is the ranking cleric in the Catholic Church in the Archdiocese of Chicago, of course, but really in the entire state of Illinois, which encompasses the metropolitan see of Chicago. So a little trivia for our viewers today. So Cardinal Supage, he is the Archbishop of Chicago, like you mentioned, Mr. Franklin. This is incredible. We're so honored to have his presence here, especially on Ash Wednesday. It's a busy day in churches and all over, and we're so blessed to have the Cardinal here to celebrate the all-school Mass.
Yeah.
And Cardinal Supage really does love as the chief shepherd of the Archdiocese of Chicago, and as our chief pastor, being the Cardinal Archbishop, he loves visiting parishes and just members of the community, and including especially schools. So he's making a pastoral visit today on Ash Wednesday and also doing our all-school Mass, and he'll also be out there giving out, distributing ashes, and just a note on the ashes, everybody, as we think of what it symbolizes and also what it means for you too in your own spiritual journey this Lent. please know all are welcome to receive ashes.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Everybody, everyone.
I think that could be something
can-
that people maybe not know about.
Yeah, everyone can receive ashes, so please come forward and let it be impactful for you for one's own spiritual journey this Lent.
Sure.
And maybe lastly too, if you find yourself in conversation with a cardinal, he loves talking with his students.
Oh,
If you're
yeah.
wondering how to adjust the cardinal, it's simply Cardinal Supage.
Cardinal Supage.
Cardinal
That's
Supage.
it.
That's it.
All right. Okay. Well, that's all we have for today. We will be back tomorrow to talk a little bit more about the Lenten season and how it impacts our lives. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Everyone who loves singing and dancing is invited to the audition for CCHS Spring Musical Seussical. Auditions are this week. Please join the Carmel Theater Google Classroom at QBOPYRU for all the information you need to sign up for an audition group time. Carmel Robotics crushes sectionals and moves on to state. All three teams made it to the semifinals for the first time ever, with both N-Cube and Nyan being Allegiance companions. Nyan came in first overall in the finals, qualifying them for state on March 3rd at Elgin College. Nyan also won second place design award and first place control award. Several students were also recognized individually as Dean's List semifinalists. Darren Pinto, Peyton Gamble, and Philip Kruglov will find out at the state tournament if they move on to the National Dean's List finalists. On Monday, February 19th at 2:05 p.m., the Erica's Lighthouse Teen Empowerment Club and the Rock and Dot Club will be hosting their second collaboration event. Rock painting is a meditative experience that involves painting repetitive designs with dotters and paint markers in the form of mandalas on flat and smooth stones. This process has been proven to be very relaxing, and we can't wait to see you there. All are welcome. Culture and Community Club is meeting on Friday the 23rd after school in room 206. That's all we have for today. I'm Gabby Malley. Have a warm-hearted Wednesday, Carmel.